Today we're going to do another random buy video, but this one should be pretty interesting, I think. So I have this collection here. You can see there's about 8 of these boxes plus a little deck box there. This is a collection of cards, mostly kind of bulk cards, but this is one that I got from a viewer of the channel, actually. Well, I'd consider her a friend now, but he enjoyed watching my videos, and we met at one of the face-to-face games events, one of their large tour events. And a little while ago, he said that he wanted to kind of clear out his collection. He had a closet full of cards he didn't need anymore, and he sees that I do these kinds of videos, and would I be interested in buying them? And yeah, I am. So we have a pretty large collection to look through. The price that I paid for this, it's still a little bit undecided because we want to do something that's fair for both of us. So far I've paid about $200, and I said I'll look through it, see what's in here, and you know, if it seems like you should get more for this, then I'll send some more money, just, you know, to make it fair for both sides. But I think it'll be a fun video to look through. I'm going to start with this little one just to get into it. There's kind of rares, foils, a whole bunch of random stuff spread all throughout this. Like right away, there's a Lightning Greaves. This is a good card that has value, right? There's not going to be anything huge in here. I don't expect to find any $20 plus cards, but there should be lots of things kind of like this, like, you know, some good commons and uncommons. They have some value, some rares. Maybe we'll find some $5 rares, kind of things like that. I expect to find a lot of those, so it's going to be really going for quantity over quality in order to make it kind of worthwhile. There's going to be a ton of bulk rares, but sometimes those have value, right? It's a Felwar. Some brand new stuff. This is from Commander Masters. Not a foil Witching Well. Sure, Savine's Reclamation. So, how should I do this? I'll put things which have, I don't know, which I think are more than a couple dollars here. I'll put, you know, Felwar Stone is not nothing, you know, it's not bulk, right? It's decent. This will be bulk foils. This will be bulk rares. I'll probably make a pile for bulk mythics as well. I'm going to put this one in with this just because it's a promo. I'll put promos in there as well. Here's a bulk foil. This is a good card, Generous Gift, Faithless Looting. It's going to take a long time to go through these, so I'm going to speed up a lot of the sections where I'm just looking through, and I might have to break these into 2 videos as well, depending on how long it is. See double, that's pretty good. Hey, check it out. There's 2 of them. Double. Anyway. Morrow, Sorcerer, sure. Drakaseth, that's cool. Telrand, holy crap. Why'd you leave this in here? Okay. A couple of Arcane Signets. Apparently there's going to be some kind of Easter eggs in here as well for me to find. A nice side loader. Put this here. A revised mountain. I'm just going to put that in with the bulk. I'm not going to bother unsleeving everything as I go. Temple of Deceit. It's a rare. I took a quick look through some of the boxes. Like, I didn't look through everything. I just glanced through a few things, and yeah, there's tons of like random rares like this, like Commander deck lands and things like that. Like, you know, it's not huge, but it adds up. Triskelion, Sungrass Prairie. I remember when this card was like a $10 plus, or it was probably up, I want to say like a $15 rare in standard. It comboed quite well with Thragtusk back in 2013. Lots of Arcane Signets. Foil Ketria Crystal. I don't even, like, Command Tower, I just put that in bulk now. You know, it's been printed so many times. Here's a Wood Elves. That's actually... I think that has more value than Command Tower. Cultivate. Goblin Bombardment's pretty decent. We'll put that... What is this? Oh yeah, this is the stuff that... Wait, I'm messing up my piles already. So this is supposed to be the decent... You know, we're just going to put this all here. There we go. That's just decent stuff. That's not a rare or mythic. Rampant growth, sure. You know, there's a lot of arcane signets in here. Nomad Outpost, I guess so, why not? Some temples, Chandra's Flame Wave. You can get your Chandra Flame's Fury. Norn's Annex. Here's a mythic. Jace. A signet. An art card. I found an Easter egg. We'll put that in the keeper pile. So that was that little deck box, or sleeve box. Let's move on to one of the actual boxes now. How about this rather long one here? We'll make some room for it up top. So this is all, yeah, this is just like, I would consider this all just bulk. I'll put that off to the side. Okay, yes, this will take a little bit of time. We'll just go in through the middle here. So these parts will probably be sped up. So we got some more rares here. So commander deck rares, a Mind Flayer, Chasm Skulker. Whoa, Strider. You know, this card, I remember back when this card was spoiled, I believe the Bolas Planeswalker came in a different set after this. It was from Hour of Devastation or Amonkhet. Yeah, I guess Hour probably. I thought this card was going to be really good because it referenced a card which didn't exist yet, and it's Bolas, so it's like Bolas is going to be really good, but didn't really do anything. It wasn't that great. That's my story. There's Rihanna. Here's the good Rada. Zevlor. I think I have 1 million of that card. A foil. Oh, this is a mystery booster Mind Hero. I was going to say it's from Modern Masters, but it's the mystery booster one. Still pretty cool. Seen a ton of these campus renovations. There's an old school original Ravnica rare there. Sisters of Stone Death. Let's see what this card does. 8 mana, 7/5 is a Gorgon. Creature blocks at a Fable. For a green, for a black and green, remove from the game target creature blocking or blocked by it. 2 and a black, put a creature card removed from the game with this into play under your control. It's pretty good, but you know, 8 mana for something that doesn't do anything until it gets to attack or block. That's neat. Okay, so I found a massive stack of rares and mythics. Well, massive, but a stack of rares and mythics here. There's actually a couple of decent cards. I'll separate the mythics, and actually I think this card is good. It doesn't have a whole lot of value yet, but I think it's very playable. Let's separate a couple things. Here's some mythics. Here's a legit mythic. It was reprinted in a commander deck, but you know, this was a mythic you could open in Dominaria. Abundance is cool. Rishkar's Expertise is still a good card. It has a little bit of value. Reshape the Earth. That one is pretty decent still, I believe. I play that in my Hazazon deck, and it's a good card. Gargos. Gargos is really good. Hydras you cast cost 4 less. That's good. Here's a Murderous Gear Hulk. It's the mythic one from Kaladesh. Giant Adaphage there. There's the Bacon of Immortality. You know, some mythics. Oh, this is a mythic too, actually. I thought it was a rare. Anyway. Put those there. Here's some decent stuff. Hoda Hydra was a pretty big deal for a little bit in Standard. For probably like a couple months. Yeah, Beseech the Queen's okay. Reliquary Tower. Ashnod's Altar. Those are good cards. Alhammaret's Archive. That's probably the best find so far. That's a really good card that has some value. Here's a Rhythm of the Wild. A Halo foil. Lightning Greaves. So yeah, this is the first box. So I feel like this is how the collection is kind of gonna go. Like this is a stack of just rares already after one box. There's gonna be a lot of rares in here. Let's separate out these mythics. See if there's anything particularly notable. I mean, the Lightning Greaves is good. Rhythm of the Wild is, that's a good uncommon. This one's awesome. The Archive there. Ashnod's, Reliquary Tower, Beseech. I think Ogre Slumlord's alright. Pre-release promo Astral Drift from Modern Horizons 1. Harmonious Archon. There's a mythic from Eldraine, original Eldraine. From the Vault, Legends? Is that Legends? Mikaeus? Sure, why not? This is from the list. Kargan Dragonlord. Linvala. Headless Rider that's been gaining value, I think, recently. It's a good card. Marauding Raptor. Could be good with going back to Ixalan, right? This card is awesome. Sometimes in my Gishath deck, if I want the game to just end, like it's been a long grindy game, sometimes I'll just try to set up the thing with this and Polyraptor, which just makes the game a draw. Good game, everyone. Goreclaw. Nice. Gonna set this one aside for Snug. He has a foil Goreclaw already, but not one that looks like this. Titania. Commander 2014. I want to know why some of these cards are sleeved. Like, these are the most random cards in perfect fits. Did you just sleeve up your draft deck with perfect fits or something? Tell me what's going on here. I'm saying this because I know the friend I bought this from is going to watch this video. Jaeger. Some random old foils. Something like this. I'm not saying this particular card would have value, but something like this could have value, where it seems like just this crappy old foil common, but just the fact that it's a foil from a popular tribe that probably has never been reprinted in this card, things like that can sometimes have a surprising amount of value. Also, there's the fact that it's beat to crap, but, you know, just as an example. So for that, from that first box, just the one box, and the sleeve box, this is the stack of rares. It's rather large. Got this many foils. This is decent stuff. There's some good stuff in here, like Rhythm of Wild, Lightning Greaves, things like that. Some mythics here from one box. Let's look at a second box in that case. This one labeled bulk. Let's see some tokens. Which way does it go? There's probably some decent tokens scattered throughout here. Kind of hard to pick out which ones though. The Chandra token is okay. Or emblem, I should say. There's a foil bird. Foil squirrel from Modern Horizons. Nice. I actually like the old token border better than the new one. I just like how it has a... I don't know, it looks different. Something to signify that it's a token. Kraken. I can check that one. Looks like we got some colorless cards. Is it Signet? It's alright. Some colorless cards here. I used to play this for a little while in my Krenko commander deck back in the day, just as a thing to untap it. I'm trying to take the Palladium Mirror out. Mirror Galvanizer? Mirrors is a playable tribe now, commander. Curse of Disturbance. Yeah, you never know with these random commander deck commons and uncommons. Curse of Opulence was good for a long time. Random Plague Rats there. Weird. Can't remember if Una's Blackguard is good or not. I'll check it. This seems to be where all the rats are. Wizard class, I think that's pretty decent. I think when Dominaria United came out, Founding of the Third Path was kind of a hyped uncommon. I don't know if it's done a whole lot, but it's still decent at least. So far, not a whole lot of rares or anything in this box. Looks like mostly actual bulk stuff, just random blue cards. A reconnaissance mission. It's an okay uncommon. So we got some more tokens here and a bunch of art cards. 15 landmine token. I'll actually take that out to check. It's a pretty unique token. Made by Goblin Kaboomist. I saw a couple of good tokens there. because they are made by Hazezon, the Desert Commander. I'm just trying to reference Hashtag Oasis here. Don't think any of these are stamped. Yeah, it looks like just random art cards. It's a cool spirit. I don't think I've seen that token before. Alright, so in that second box, not as much interesting stuff. There were a few things. The first one, certainly much better though. Let's take a look at this smaller box though. I took a look at some of these. I think this is non-basic lands. I say that, there's just a random comments here, but I'm pretty sure there are some good non-basic lands in here with a decent amount of rares. Hey, spellbook. Tatyova used to be a pretty valuable uncommon. There's a Pokemon thing there. There you go. There we go. Here's some, check out this Near Mint Ghost Council. Should I grade that? Some rare non-basic lands and some other stuff. Here's a Mythic. Whole bunch of exotic orchards. Foil Chitter Spare, no way. Yeah, there's a lot more rares. Light them up. There's a promo. Reliquary Tower, nice. I love this card so much because it's one of my favorite decks. My commander decks is Sig, River Cutthroat, and this is basically Sig's best friend. Because Sig triggers when your opponent loses 3 life. I've had this card make opponents lose so much life because it just sits there and people are like, okay, whatever, it's a 3-1, I don't care. But you know, after 3 or 4 turn cycles, in a 4-player game, that thing will have made, you know, a total life loss difference of like 30 plus, you know. There's an Eldrazi token. Yeah, could be worth checking actually. Some more random foils here. Lots more rares there. Here's a dual deck Heroes and Monsters Sun Titan. Soul Talisman. Temple Bell. Lots of rares. Fencer's Journal is alright, I think. Same with Vona's Hunger. Dang, there's a lot of rares. I don't think there were any mythics in there, right? I feel like Starlit Sanctum is good. It just needs Cleric Tribal to be more of a thing. Looks like we got some more exotic orchards. I want to check at the end how many exotic orchards are there in total. I want to say there might be like upwards of 20. Pokemon code. Hey, desert. Just regular old desert. Yes, just so you know, it is desert. Marble diamond, alright. Yeah. That box was... I just punched the crap out of my camera there. That box was pretty good. Yeah, I feel like reiterating. There were a lot of rare non-basic lands there. Holy crap. So our stack of rares has grown significantly. Okay, I think we're gonna do one more box. You can see we've got 5 of these long ones left. So we'll do one, and then save the other 4 for a part 2, because this is gonna be a really long video otherwise. And yeah, after that I want to take a look at some of these things and do a bit of a recap. Maybe try to get some values going. Looks like we got some more tokens here. Check out this fish. Taking that one out. Apparently in one of the boxes there's a bunch of non-basic lands. I'll probably put a separate pile for those. Not sure how many we're going to get to in this box. But there might be some decent ones. The whale looks pretty happy. Oh, we got more rares. This card I think is quite good. Open the Way, I think that's a really good rare. I'll play that in a couple of my decks. Mythic from something. Tell me, how do you pronounce that? Trample, Dave, you idiot. Yeah, Vivian Fine's pretty good. Sometimes I just take out tokens that don't look familiar to me. Because I do keep tokens in my set binders, so if it doesn't look familiar, there's a good chance that I just might not own that token yet, so I'll put it in the spot where it would go in the binder. The stack of rares is like getting pretty high here. Like it's almost getting difficult to not hit it, fitting my hand in between it and the camera. Just to give you an idea of how many rares are there. The Rat Rouge. This card. Showcase art. Nothing. Write whatever you want there. See some more rares here. Oops. A rampant growth, a whelming wave. We've been whelmed. Captain Lannery Storm. One of my personal favorite cards. Old School Crows and Grip, Commander 2013. Rexio. Interesting. So this Japanese foil token there. Tell me why is this in a perfect fit? Okay, we finished that fourth box there. So we're roughly halfway through, actually slightly less than halfway through. Well, let's see. We have these 4 boxes left here. However, 2 of them are super long and 2 of them are regular. So I'd say we're about halfway through, and we've got, I knocked all my stuff over. We've got this stuff, this massive stack of rares. Got a small stack of mythics, this pile of decent commons and uncommons. We have 1 Showcase Heartland. Oh, crap load of foils. They're just bulk foils. So I'm gonna try to, I'm not gonna scan all of these. I'm gonna try to just pick out which ones I think have like a relevant amount of value. Anything that could be like $1 or more, I'll pick it out and try and scan it up and see what kind of value we're sitting at the moment, and I'll come back to you and show you some of the cool stuff. All right, we're back. You can see some cool stuff laid out here. So I took out the cards that I suspected could be worth about $1 or more, and I scanned them up. So what you see here are the top ones, and then this stack here are the remaining ones, which I scanned. Those came up to about $123 US by TCG mid pricing. However, there was lots of cool stuff which we didn't scan. As I mentioned, this huge stack of rares right here. This is decent stuff as well, just I didn't think that any of it might be worth more than $1, but some of it could be. We have some more mythics here, some random bulk mythics, things like this. Some other... Oh, yes, I separated, these are all of the rare non-basic lands. There's a lot of them. And I said that I wanted to see how many exotic orchards there were. I said there could be upwards of 20, so we're about halfway through looking at the collection. There are 15 of these so far, so judging by that, we should probably end at more than 20 by the time we're done. But as I said, I only scanned up this stack of things and these, so sitting at about $123 US currently, but that would be valuing all of this and this and this and this and this at 0, which it's not worth 0, right? It's just, you know, less than $1 at 100% of the price. So what we're gonna do is hold off from going through the rest of the boxes. We'll do these in a second part of the video, and we'll see what the total is for the things we find in that part, and then combine it with this and see what we come up with for a grand total. But this has been a lot of fun to look through. There's lots of interesting stuff in here, and I'm looking forward to going through the rest of the boxes. So if you're watching, Jager, here's your cards. Thanks for selling them to me, and we'll see what kind of cool stuff we can find in the next part. I don't even know if you're still watching. Thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. In the video description, you can also find my affiliate links for Dragon Shield in case you'd like to purchase any gaming supplies. You can follow those affiliate links and help out the channel while you do so. And if you'd like to purchase any Magic cards, you can get those by going to facetofacegames.com. They're the largest Magic store in Canada. They're also a sponsor of the channel. And if you use code 8th Place Dave at the checkout, you can save 5% on your order. Also, I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.